All right, you're stuck with me for the next 1 hour as we go through the last ecosystem call for 2023. I hope you're excited because we've had 2 incredible months after the depths of one of the most brutal bear markets. So I'm very excited to welcome you all. Welcome to the last and final ecosystem call of 2023. Make sure you stay till the end, and this is the agenda for the call. We're going to start off with wins of the month. We're going to talk about the state of Solana from the Duke of DeFi himself, Max. We're going to have a special guest who's announcing his presidential campaign for 2024 and explaining to us why he thinks Solana is exciting next year. And then we're going to play a game I hate, but Cash loves, the Solana guessing game. We're going to do some alpha drops and then the bonus POAP. All right, with that, let's get in to the call. There's a $50 bounty for somebody who summarizes this call. Most people can't attend the call if they're in a hostile time zone or if they're busy with other things. So one way we try and capture all of the hard work that goes into summarizing the ecosystem wins is to get folks to write threads. So if you write a thread, go on to earn.superteam.fun, submit your thread there, and one of you will win a $50 bounty for helping us recap the awesome wins of the month and the rest of the call. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get in to the wins of the month. We like the tech. The first win of the month is Render successfully upgraded to Solana. So if you've been following this, you know that Render has been one of the flagship DeFi deepen apps that Solana has been expecting this year, and they finally upgraded to Solana. Their year-on-year performance in Q3 outperformed the previous years by about 2x on several metrics. So that Deepen is going to be front and center, and now they can focus. They don't have to worry about infrastructure, and they can focus on building the protocol. Big shout out to the Render team and Wormhole for helping with this transition, and welcome to the Render network. Win number 2. This is my personal favorite. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I'm a nerd about loyalty stuff. The Boba guys rolled out their loyalty program. And you can now go to the Boba Guys website and sign up and get their passport. And this is live in New York, San Francisco, and LA. So if you're there, go check that out. This is the start of a multi-merchant network of loyalty programs, hopefully. And it shows you what you can do with compressed NFTs and a composable state machine. Shout out to the Boba Guys team and the Solana BD team, Josh Freed and Shiraz for pushing this over the line. Bobo guys, LFG. All right. Excellent. Win number 3. The code base is now open source. As you know, there's been a push over the last few months to make sure Solana sort of leans into the open source culture. The code team has reviewed feedback from the community and open sourced all 700,000 lines of their code with the MIT license. So big shout out to Ted Tanner and the code team. This is a big deal. Code is one of the best payments apps out there, if not the best micropayments app. So for those who haven't checked it out, go check out Code. If you have been an open source maxi and not used it because they weren't so far, you can now change your mind and experience the best payment application on Solana for micropayments. Win number 4, inscriptions are now live on Solana, which means that you essentially can put instead of your NFTs directly on chain, similar to ordinals. You don't have to use Weave or other service anymore. This is much to the annoyance of the Helius team and Mert, whose database bills are going up into the right. But so are ordinals and so are inscriptions on Solana, with over 400,000 of these inscriptions minted already. So shout out to the LibraryPlex team, and this is awesome to see this permissionless innovation on Solana. All right. Where is Cash, by the way? Malisha asks for the 11th time. All right. Solana DeFi 2.0 is happening. If you haven't noticed already, so DeFi is crushing on Solana, right? We've had 87% month-over-month growth in TVL. And I know folks, that TVL isn't the perfect metric, but maybe if you dovetail that with something like the fact that 20% of the DEX volume of Ethereum was achieved with 2% of its TVL. And that shows you sort of like the capital efficiency that Solana can bring into this decentralized finance ecosystem. And that's the most exciting. Just by having just 2% of Ethereum's TVL, Solana's DEX volume was able to achieve 20% of Ethereum's volume. So that is awesome. We had also 7.4 billion of DEX volume, which was the highest ever weekly, monthly on all time frames. So big shout out to everybody who was just heads down working in the depths of the bear market on DeFi. We had also $48 million worth of liquidity move over from Ethereum to Solana. And of course, the liquid staking DeFi is starting to pick up now. So if you haven't already staked in liquid staking protocols, now is your time to go do some research and check them out. Big shout out to every DeFi team. Lots of love to you folks. I know how hard it was, especially after sort of like this time last year. So thank you for continuing to build. W's in the chat flowing. Thank you to Ben Sprango as well, who put his head down after last year and really helped the DeFi teams to the best of his ability. So thank you folks who continued building. And Solana DeFi 2.0 is not the future. It's already the present. So this is very exciting. All right, win number 6, the Backpack Exchange is launched. They've done some historic volumes already, 370,000 sold just in the first week. Stake, they've processed over 150,000 deposits and withdrawals in the same period, and they've traded over 500,000 SOL and about 3 million PIT in 1 week. So this is a team that keeps shipping. W is flowing in the chat. Let's see some wows in the chat for the amazing Backpack team. Incredible sort of product growth for them, starting with Mad Lads, eventually shipping a Web3 wallet, and now the Backpack Exchange licensed by the Vara in Dubai. All right, win number 7 is IO.net is now one of the fastest growing GPU networks, and they're live on Solana. Shout out to Shadid and the IO.net gang. Deepen on Solana is only possible on Solana. So you can start to see Solana becoming the shelling point for all things Deepen, and eventually a lot of the DEAC movement that advocates for the decentralization of AI might end up finding their home here as some of these Deepen networks take off. So big win for the ecosystem. And yes, that is OPOS only possible on Solana. All right, friends. Now we've got folks who ship cool stuff. And everybody check this out. This is really cool. Like, in the last cycle, if you wanted to switch assets from Ethereum to Solana or vice versa, you had to sort of use a centralized exchange or a clunky bridge. Guess what? Phantom integrated this right within their app, where you can do an in-app cross-chain swap, or with a bridge on the back end. They use all bridge on the back end. So big shout out to them as they continue to make the UX really awesome on Phantom. So big win. Shout out to Brandon and the Phantom team. Nice one-way move from ETH to Solana. I don't know about that, but it's awesome that we can, users on Solana can access liquidity on Ethereum, and vice versa. Like liquidity on Ethereum can access users on Solana. All right. So that feels like a happy marriage. Win number 9, Parcel V3 is live. With this, they have cross-margin accounts, which means if you have some positions that are in profit, you can sort of use them to normalize other positions, as well as their perpetual futures DEX. So this is real-world assets coming live on Solana. And if you haven't checked out Parcel, go check it out. It's DeFi meets real estate. Shout out to Trevon and the Parcel team. Big win. Finally, I can own a home, says Diggy. I don't know that you can. It's still perpetual. It's a futures product. Win number 10, Magic Eden shipped an in-app wallet. Now you can hold, this shows you sort of like this directionally that wallets are features, may not be products by themselves, at least in its minimum form. And big shout out to the Magic Eden team for making the UX better, where they have a wallet integrated into the NFT marketplace, and you don't have to worry about what chain you are buying assets on. All right, win number 11, introducing the brand new Quantum Explorer by the Solana FM team. Give them a huge W in the chat, because this is awesome. If you have used the Block Explorer and been frustrated because you don't understand what's written, and you're struggling to filter through spam and filter through sort of these transaction headers that don't make sense to you, that issue is now resolved. Go check out Quantum Explorer. You get to see, plain English titles to all of the transactions. You get to filter out spam, which is sort of a big deal when you're looking at an account or wallet. So big shout out to the team over there. And I hope they come on the ecosystem call early next year to show us some of the results. And this is one product I'm very excited about. So big win. Bill number 12, Helius just made our lives 10x easier, as they always do. SPL and Token 22 support, for the DAS API is now live. Go thank Mert and the Helius gang. This is making the life of developers easier every day. And I remember a time when I got into Solana where you needed to know Rust, and now you just simply don't. All of that is abstracted away, and Helius is committed to making the ecosystem experience 10 times better. And so big shout out to Mert, who's also going to be speaking on this call in a little bit, and the rest of the Helius gang. All right, let's keep going through this, folks. Some community wins. Solana All-Stars Nigeria crossed $150,000 in community GDP, which means they help folks that they onboarded earn $150,000 by through various contributions to the Solana ecosystem. I do think that this is the North Star metric for any community, whether you're an NFT community or a DAO. Over time, you have a bunch of capital that you've crowdsourced, and that is the potential energy of capital waiting to be turned into the kinetic energy of labor. And it's heartwarming to see the impact a lot of the communities in our ecosystem are having, instead of just looking for the marginal exit liquidity. So big shout out to the All-Stars team and all of the impactful work they're doing in Nigeria. All right, win number 15 and the final one. MonkeDAO is so back. If you're in North America or if you're on Twitter, you know that MonkeDAO is one of the most is like the mecca for builders in Salt Lake City, and that happens around the hackathon every year. And a big shout out to the Cypher and Margin teams for putting up the next one in February 2024. They have come to be a pilgrimage that a lot of the builders make every year. So if you have time this year in Feb 2024, go make a trip down to Salt Lake City. Chase will buy you dinner and be annoying, but that's the price you have to pay for free dinner. All right, let's see. With that, we're going to discuss the state of Solana. State of Solana. Look, this has been probably the best month, as you saw on the TVL side. What that means on the active wallets, which may not be a perfect metric, but still shows you sort of the growth of on-chain users in our ecosystem. And non-voting transactions are up 5%, and active wallets are up 47%. So that's a big deal. And of course, you see a TVL increase. As I said, you should probably pair TVL with capital efficiency, and it's awesome to see all numbers up and into the right. So congrats to everybody who contributed to this. With that, I'm about to call on the Duke of DeFi, Maximilian Schneider, to come and give us the state of Solana DeFi. Welcome, Max.
Hey, everyone. So yeah, I think I want to start with the big wins. Basically, TBTC volume on Sol regularly flips ETH. What is TBTC, right? It's threshold. It's basically non-custodial Bitcoin. It's a permissionless bridge, and they have been chewing glass throughout the last months to onboard Solana. Why is this important? Well, any individual can now mint and redeem Bitcoin for a tokenized version on Solana. The important part and difference to BitGo is that you don't have to go through a centralized exchange or OTC desk. And what's remarkable about it is that this was kind of faded by the ETH ecosystem. These guys have been around, they're OG builders, and we have the opportunity here to make them like the king of the hill. It is a really big opportunity to show what's only possible in Solana, and I think the choice matters, right? Do you want something that is fully decentralized, or do you want something that has a centralized custodian in the middle? So bring the BTC maxis onto Solana, right? We also talked with them recently, and there is a fee holiday coming, meaning mints and redemptions of TBTC will be for free for a limited amount of time. And the same is true for Mango and Borrow Land. It's not announced yet, but we're going to launch the governance proposal this week, hopefully. So that about Bitcoin. Part of the analysis I did back then and posted on Twitter was looking at efficiency, right? How much TVL is needed to get a certain amount of volume over 24 hours. And when I crunched the numbers, it was impressive. Basically, OpenBook is 1,000 times more effective than Curve. And, this goes a long way. This is just like the basics, right? Why are we building on-chain limit order books? Right, because they're extremely capital efficient. Why do we have low gas fees? Because it allows us to update quotes faster, provide tighter spreads, which produce more volume. So I think we really have an opportunity to shine here as a community. And so I hope, right, you guys can do your part, spread the word. On the open book side, right, V2 is released to mainnet, integrations have started. If you're a builder, if you're preparing for the next hackathon, go out and try it. Then I think the word is in town, right? Airdrops are what's exciting. Everyone is talking about these new tokens that are attracting a lot of users to Solana, right? Jito is probably launching in 2-3 hours. I think people haven't been talking about BTC hitting 44K, which is a huge win, but everyone is so excited about Jito. There's no time to talk about that, right? What I think is really remarkable about these airdrops is that we see new DeFi primitives pop up, new use cases, especially on the lending side. Solend has been spinning up isolated pools together with ISC, international stable currency. There's a market maker borrowing for 40% APR on average. They did this during the PIF launch when liquidity on chain was really, really thin. Rich's team was the first one to jump in there. People could deposit their tokens on Solend. And yeah, same thing is happening this time with Jito. You can deposit on Solend to earn, lend to Richard. You can deposit on Mango to earn, lend to Space Monkey or other market makers that are integrated. Can place your pre-launch bids already now if you want and be the, you know, the bottom of the chart. So yeah, following up on that, right? All my friends are so curious. People are asking every week, like, what's going on Solana? What should I do? What should I invest in? What should I try? Just assume it by default, right? Hit up your friends. Everyone that tried Solana in the past, take them on a quest, right? The people who are not coming to you, make sure to go to them because Solana is really, really hot right now and people want to know. Maybe you're not aware that your friends are actually interested, or maybe your friends tried it 2 or 3 years ago, right? It's time to reactivate and, you know, make them check if they got an airdrop. G from Sujiko built this beautiful tool where you can just paste in their wallet address. And then also give them some things to do, right? Tell them about DeFi, tell them about NFTs, tell them about what's going on, and make sure they try the chain because the state of it is amazing. It's great user experience, only possible on Solana. Most people will stick around, so make it count. And give it back to Akshay.
Thank you, Max. That was awesome. Well, there's a really important question. When Mango collaborations with other fruits?
I think guacamole, right, is the closest. You need the salt, you need the sweet. So we're definitely big fans. I think that's one to look out for.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time, Max, as always, and your wisdom. All right, folks, we're going to move to the next one. We have the presidential candidate for 2024 announcing his candidacy today and telling us what he's excited about for 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, he does not need an introduction. So I give you Mert Mumtaz. Welcome, Mert.
Hello, sir. My head looked extra shiny on that one, so thank you to whoever made that graphic. Before I get started, chat, can we give Akshay a little W for filling in for Cash today? No small feat.
I'm about to get fired. He's my boss, so thank you very much.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Thank
Jesus
you.
Christ.
Wow. People are very nice in Solana. What can I say?
Yeah, so
right, Mert,
Cash messaged me a few weeks ago and said, Mert, do you want to come on and talk about the 5 most exciting things going on Solana in 2024? But then he rugged me and then left with me, Akshay. So I'm going to be saying like 2 things. So first, and I'm kind of just making these up. The first thing I'm super excited about this year is going to be MonkeDAO, right? For people who haven't been to MonkeDAO, which actually includes me, it seems very, very fun. You get to do some skiing, some outdoor sports, but you also build with other like-minded people who are who have been through some downtimes and have come out stronger and know how to have a good time. So that's going to be really fun. And as a surprise, we, as in Lamport DAO, we're going to throw a hackathon during the start of Mountain DAO. So if you're a developer or builder or really anyone who wants to build anything, put that on your calendar. You get to win prizes, build cool stuff with cool people. And there's a lot of VCs looking at Solana right now. So I'm sure you'll also get some interest if you want to start a business. And yeah, so to repeat, February, we're going to have a hackathon, an online one like Opos or Sandstorm last year. And it's going to be really good. Okay, number 2. So I think what I'll say for number 2 is we were supposed to have Meow from Jupiter today, but he's sick. And so luckily for you guys, the next best thing, we just recorded a podcast with Meow and Jupiter yesterday and releasing it today. So if you want to get some airdrop alpha, some token alpha, how to build great companies like Jupiter, check out Lightspeed today and you'll see Meow being really funny. He made some interesting jokes, some pillow talk jokes, and that drops today. And you'll really not want to miss this one if you care about the future of Solana. And then number 3. So this is maybe on a more serious note. One thing that I'll say is I noticed that whenever somebody posts FUD about Solana on the interwebs, on the Bird app, that a lot of people tag me and say, hey, Mert, can you ratio this guy? or some sort of like a meme about like a bat signal. And that's all fun. It's really funny. But I think like one thing I want to say is I think everyone here is more than capable of speaking up for Solana, right? And so what I mean by that is the way we win as a community is going to be with everybody doing the work to understand what's happening, being informed, and advocating in their own circles, right? So learn what you can about Solana, watch podcasts, talk to people, host meetups, create content, write, read, right? Join these calls. And yes, I do want everyone to dunk banana. And if we can scale dunking, and I don't actually mean dunking, I mean actual community advocacy, then I think we're going to be pretty unstoppable, right? So if there's one thing that I'd want people to take away from this, it would be you're all very, very capable, and please speak out, host events, and let's make this kind of the best year for Solana that it's ever had. And yeah, that's all I got.
All right, amazing. Well, thank you very much, Mert. There's by popular request, to take off your cap. I don't know if you want to honor that request, but for those who want to go practice, how to dunk, feel free to respond to every one of Chase's tweets. They're all extremely dunkable, and it is where we all practice. So go find Chase, and that's where you get started. With that, we move to the next one. So that you heard it. So these are the 2 takeaways. Make sure you go check out the MonkeDAO, Lamport DAO Surprise Hackathon. This is really going to be good for folks who want to, who want distribution baked in while building their product, because there's going to be VCs, a lot of angel investors, and certainly external investors are reaching out at an unprecedented scale to both the foundation and some ecosystem teams. So you should expect that if you go build something that's meaningful, you will get the distribution both privately and publicly that you need. And of course, go build your own distribution so you can let people who are curious about Solana know the state of the network. All right, we're now going to play a quick guessing game. This is a game I don't like, but Cash loves, so I am forced to have you all play it. So with that, let's go. It's a super simple game. There's 3 emojis that will pop up. You have to guess the person that it identifies on the back end of that. Some of you played this last month, so you know how this goes. All right, so we're going to do the first one. Okay, that's portrait. All you got to do is drop the name in the chat if you know who this is. Okay, all right, we got the whoop. All right, some of you are already guessing. Okay, we've got a droplet. I guess folks already know. Well, there we go, Drip, and then we got a juggler. Yep, that is Drip, and the reference is to Vibhu, who is the CEO of and founder of Drip and a juggler extraordinaire. What we try to do by doing this is profile folks who are founders. Go follow him if you aren't already, and go check out Drip House if you aren't already. They mint over 50% of all compressed NFTs in Solana, and you don't even need to know that, because on the front end, what you get is free artwork every week. All right. And then, all right, we have a lightning. Okay. We have a sloth. Any guesses so far? Flash trade? Not really. We'll see. Armani, Mert. All right, fine. We'll give you the final clue. And we got a dancer. Everybody want to figure out what this is? Well, it's a person. And all right, we see one answer. There's somebody said Kevin Bowers. You're absolutely right. Kevin Bowers started his breakpoint presentation with the phrase, "The speed of light is too slow." And that is where the lightning and the sloth comes from. And he is, of course, building Fire Dancer. This is on testnet already. If you haven't learned about this, go check it out. If you have, go tell your friends about it. He is the chattest of all chads, and we hope to see these folks on mainnet next year, increasing the total throughput on Solana, and of course, providing a fallback client, a validator client. All right, we've got the final one, hopefully. We've got a silly face. I don't know if you folks can already guess who this is. Akshay, yeah, it's probably me after this call for sure. All right, and then we've got the dragon. Of course, you know who this is. If you attended Breakpoint, you already know who this is. It is absolutely Anatoly Yakovenko, the founder of, the co-founder of Solana Labs, and a gentleman who dressed up as the silly dragon on stage to deliver his keynote in Breakpoint. If you don't already follow Anatoly, I don't know what you're doing on the internet. Go follow Anatoly. And with that, our Father who art in heaven. Okay. All right. With that, we come to the next. Oh, we have one more. All right. You gotta play along, folks. I'm sorry. We've got a dollar bag. Are you guys enjoying this, by the way? Should we keep doing this? Because I kind of get into an argument with Cash all the time about not wanting to do this, but it looks like folks want to. All right, fine. A bag of dollars, right? A bidirectional set of arrows. Maybe recycling, may not be. And then a square root. Anybody want to guess? I don't think anybody's found it yet. I thought the last one was a giveaway. No? Folks in the DeFi community? No? All right, let's see. It's Rooter, one of the OG founders in DeFi building Solan. So if you haven't already checked out Solan, go check it out. Rooter is awesome and worth a follow. All right, with that, we have 5. There were new slides introduced that I don't remember. All right, we have I don't know, like somebody rolling their eyes. A bag of money again. Okay, this is actually good. I think I remember which one this is. All right, this is good. Nope, no one's gotten it yet. And we have a trash can. Mert Chase. All right, Mert Mumtaz is absolutely right. It is R89. He's the absolute shit poster extraordinaire, but also an investor in the ecosystem. Somebody who was fighting for the ecosystem at the depths of the bear market. And of course, a DeFi and LST maxi. If you don't follow R89, he's a very entertaining account and somebody who continues to advocate for some of the best projects in Solana. So go follow him. He's also an investor and a lot of fun to follow. All right. With that, we get to the next section, alpha drops. I don't remember this section anymore because we're 45 minutes into this call, and so I might mess it up. So we're going to find out what the next slide is because I genuinely don't remember. All right, folks, we were going to get Backpack on to discuss the Backpack exchange and some alpha. And of course, the maker of the finest camicia di seta elegante, Armani. I don't know why I said that. Armani Ferrante was supposed to be here. Unfortunately, he is not able to because there's a fire that he's putting out at the moment, and we'll have to settle for this awesome rendition of Armani in a suit that he made. But we promised to have him back. Yes, we got rugged, but we'll promise to have him back and give us an update on backpack. Okay, so with that, we're about to get rugged again by Meow, as you already heard from Mert. But we can all cut Meow a break. They've been shipping relentlessly, and I've had an avalanche of the last month or so. Go check out the podcast episode on Lightspeed, and hopefully the fat cat in the suit will make it back next month. We'd love to have you back, and meanwhile, we're going to move on to the next one. And can we at least get a big W for Jupiter and everything they've done for the ecosystem? This is an incredible app. I usually just send folks Jupiter now if they want to use something DeFi on chain, and it always has 100 NPS. So, all right, the W is flowing in the chat. Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the next one, which is upcoming events. So we're going to make events front and center, because typically as sort of like the price starts to become constructive, folks get interested, and we want to make sure we create offline spaces as a community for folks to invite their friends. Maybe they're developers, maybe they're just the smartest friends, maybe they're like DeFi enthusiasts, maybe they're just live in Singapore and care about Solana and want to meet up. So whether there's substantive, geographic, or any other sort of hiring happy hours, we'll start listing them here going into next year. So these are the ones happening for the rest of December. There's quite a lot considering that we're entering holiday season and everyone has personal plans, but appreciate everyone who's hosting this and frankly attending it. So check these out. We're going to have a event board posted on Twitter later today as well. And thank you very much for everybody who is taking time to organize this in December, which is typically a time when people take off, but Solana does not. All right, with that, with no further ado, please welcome the inventor of helicopter money, somebody who on Solana, somebody who has been a long time OG Solana founder, both spearheading the MonkeDAO as well as giving you the present that was BONK, which the super team members got, the Lamport DAO developers got, and a bunch of artists and developers got in the ecosystem at the absolute depths of the bear market when, when we experienced the sort of the pain of the collapse last year. And thanks to the efforts of Nom, we stand on much higher ground today. And without further ado, welcome, Nom, and can't wait to hear from you.
Appreciate you having me here, Akshay. And most importantly, thanks for getting my name right. I think Cash failed that every single time that I was on the super team call previously. So Akshay 1, Cash 0. Just very happy to be here. So speaking first on behalf of BONK. So obviously, this has been a great year for BONK, not only for all of the people who received it, all the times that people have been using it over the course of the last 12 months since the original airdrop and the creation of the token, all the way up to beating each other up for content at BONK or at BONK Boxing for Breakpoint, and just all of the different ways that we've been giving away, utilizing the token, and making sure that this gives back to Solana. So thank you all for embracing BONK. Thank you all for having a fantastic year in the bear market. And, I think there's something to celebrate on it right now. I don't know. I'm not really looking at things. I'm busy making fun of R89 for being the best dumper on Solana. So I'm very happy today for BONK and everything that it's done for Sol. Going forward, and I think we have one other slide, Akshay. We want to highlight the fact
Yep,
that
we do.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, perfect. Okay, so BONK going forward is focusing on the rewards for Taipei Blockchain Week and Solana Speedrun. So these are two different initiatives that we are pulling off for BONK, specifically for sponsoring various different things inside of the inside the Solana ecosystem and IRL events. If you are a dev, if you are a content creator, if you want to make games, BONK is super excited in different ways to help and support and make sure that all of your projects can come to life. So MonkeDAO, for anybody who isn't aware, is the social organization based around the Solana Monkey Business NFTs. We're the original NFT DAO on Solana. We've been around for 2 years, and we're super happy to be supporting everyone inside of Solana and welcoming new people into our community. We launched a couple of different initiatives over the course of the last few months that we're super happy to talk about. The first one is the Earn with Monkey program that we organize directly with our friends at Super Team. So if you are a member of MonkeDAO, or if you are a community member, just wanting to help out, whether it's making developer-based contributions, whether it's making social contributions, we want to reward you, and we want to get people talking about MonkeDAO and helping to take over the timeline and showcase everything that we have going on in Solana. So super happy to be working with Super Team and looking forward to seeing everything that comes out of the Earn with Monkey program. The other side of this is a massive thank you, not only to the Solana Foundation, but to the team members who have been running the Build with MonkeDAO grants program. We hit our capacity. We have been handing out grants and funding to teams that are looking for various pieces of support across the Solana ecosystem. We're super excited to release all of those and talk about these amazing teams that we're happy to support. And we're looking forward to the next round of funding so that we can continue building even larger with everybody on Solana. So if you have any questions around BONK, or if you have any questions around MonkeDAO, we would love to talk with you, and hopefully you can enjoy the rest of the Super Team ecosystem call. Thanks for having me, Akshay.
Amazing. Thank you, Nom. One of the things I love about BONK is, and MonkeDAO now, is the fact that all the way from when the airdrop was sort of done, it was done to not just mercenary capital, but it was done to, in other words, not done to users, but producers. So developers, artists, and the way the airdrop was done was, I think, genius. One of the writers in Super Team wrote up a blog post about how that airdrop was done, and the fact that it was airdrop for developers meant that they integrated BONK into every product that they were building. And I think that's ideally, and I think Shijin just posted that. So we love sort of that commitment to rewarding producers in the network, and hope to see other teams follow your lead on that. And of course, if you're interested in getting involved with MonkeDAO, you know where to go find that. We think most people will earn their first crypto and not buy it. So if you're Solana curious, that's the best place to get started with the Earn program that MonkeDAO has gracefully started with Super Team. With that, thank you very much, Nom. We're going to go to the penultimate section here, which is work to earn opportunities. Folks, the market is constructive and the sentiment is high when there are open roles in the ecosystem, and there's tons of them. But before I get to that, we have a $1,000 bounty for the state of CNFT adoption. We're looking for a deep dive on novel use cases for CNFTs, the existing CNFT tooling, and overview of key metrics that we can showcase as an ecosystem. So if you're interested in this, go on to earn.superteam.fun, check out this deep dive. And even honestly, like, the point of bounties isn't so much to win $1,000. It's more a forcing function for people to research and share high quality research with the rest of the community. And often those people who write regularly end up building a distribution that helps them find a role in the ecosystem, or if they want to go found a company, helps get distribution with VCs and eventually raise money. So this stuff is useful beyond just $1,000. This is really just a way for us to showcase opportunities that there may be in terms of gaps in research. So go check this out, and hopefully we have a bunch of applications for this. All right, and then we have 3 jobs, 3 of certainly my favorite companies in the ecosystem. Code is looking for an Android lead engineer. You'll basically ship the mobile app for Code, which is the Android version. If you haven't used Code already, as you know, it's open source recently. Go check it out, and you should be able to find the job listing on jobs.solana.com. The next job is Ellipsis. This is a crankless DEX that is the first limit order book spot exchange on Solana. And they are looking for a backend engineer. This is founded by Jerry, who used to also be at Solana Labs, one of the most outstanding developers in the ecosystem. So you'll get to work with some of the best in the business. If you're looking to know how to access this, all you got to do is go to jobs.solana.com again, and that should hook you up with the link. And finally, we have a developer advocate that Tensor is hiring. As you know, Tensor, with a 2-member team for the longest time, bootstrapped the company into being the top NFT marketplace on Solana, competing with others who have much higher headcounts. And now they're looking for a developer advocate. If this is you, go to jobs.solana.com again. All of the links to these have been posted helpfully by Srijani in the chat. So thank you very much. Take a look at the chat. Can we get a W for all these teams that are hiring and for folks that are creating opportunities for other people to get involved? The best thing you can do, my friends, is to go and, if you don't want a job, find the smartest friends you know and send them these links, because an ecosystem is only as good as the talent in it. So as a new capital cycle begins, whenever it does, I think we will have the opportunity for a brief period to attract the best talent, and let's do the best we can using this call. All right. With that, we have a new launch. Projects are now live on Super Team Earn. Bounties are sort of like things where everybody applies and a few people win. Projects are application-based bounties, if you will. So essentially, they're you apply with your proof of work, and the person or the project sponsoring the project will select one person or one team to go get this done. And if you want access to this new product, that's also live on earn.superteam.fund. Go check that out. Here's an example of $1,000 project to develop the Android version of code. And they're looking to make their Android app as good as their iOS app. So go check this out. It could be a stepping stone to finding a full-time job, or otherwise winning a grant or founding your own company. We also have a research project on Solana versus Tron for stablecoins in India. The ISC team is looking to answer questions about stablecoin adoption in India specifically. So if that is you and you're interested, go check that out. And finally, for projects who are live, if you're a founder and you're looking to form a community, the best way to do that is not to do Twitter giveaways. Instead, it is to list bounties where anybody from the community can contribute to making your project, whether it's writing code or content. We encourage you to go list bounties from this, from your community treasury. And what you'll get on the other side of it is a group of really passionate contributors who will form your core community as you launch your project, or if you already launched and as you scale into next year. And you want these early community folks to be passionate about contributing and producing, not just using. So this is a great resource, earn.superteam.fund as always. And thank you to the folks at Underdog who are powering a lot of the backend on that. This is it, friends. Thank you so much for coming. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. This has been fantastic. And I could not have done this without all of these folks helping me out. So thank you, Cash Danda, while he's congratulations on becoming a father. And I cannot wait to have you back next month and do this and be in the background as we do this in Jan 2024. And of course, thank you so much, Srijani and crew, for helping put together all of the research in the deck. We could not do this without you folks. And thank you everyone for attending. Deeply appreciate your kindness.